Hello, everyone. My name is Alejandra, and I want to welcome you to our webinar, Leading the Way Conversations with Women Leaders at Encora, in commemoration of Women's Day. I want to introduce you to Lucina Victor, who will be our host today and will guide this conversation with our two guests, Nupura Bantica and Denis Gutierrez. Welcome, Lucina.
Thank you, Ali. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Leading the Way conversation with women leaders in Encora. Today, in honor of International Women's Day, we have the pleasure of engaging in conversation with two exceptional leaders with our organization. That's none other than Nupur and Dennis. Hi. So Nupur is a senior vice president of digital learning experience based in Pune, India, and Dennis is our design operation lead. She brings a wealth of experience and insight that are sure to inspire us all today. So, throughout our discussion today, we will explore their journey, the leadership lessons, gaining value insights. So, thank you, and let's dive into our discussion with Nupur and Dennis. So, Nupur and Dennis, would you like to share about bit about you guys? That would be
Sure.
great.
Thank you, Lucina.
You're
And I
welcome.
wish all my female colleagues a very happy Women's Day. I'm honored and very happy to be in this forum. As Lucina said, I'm Nukur. I head the digital learning practice for Encora. I'm also one of the innovation leaders driving the immersive tech and spatial computing space at Encora. Have over 2 decades of experience in the digital space, and I enjoy every bit of it.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Nupur. Denise, would you like to?
Yeah, hello everyone. I'm Denise. I'm the sign ops lead. I'm based in Mexico. I am part of the digital experience team at Encora with over 15 years of experience working on the software development industry. My job is to create UX strategies for
Mhm.
digital products, both mobile and desktop. I love human centered design practices, and I've been focusing on design operations part in the last years.
Mhm.
And my job is optimize all the processes, foster collaboration within the digital experience team at Encora. So thank you.
That's lovely. Thank you, Nupur and Dennis. We have a great experienced women at technology today with us, and we are really happy to have you both on this special day. That's a Women's Day. So let me shoot up the question one, like Nupur, it's for you. What inspired you to pursue a career in your field, and how did your journey lead you to Encora?
Oh, it's a long story, but I'll keep it short. And also at the risk of sounding like a dinosaur, so it's about 2 decades back. I did not have anything to do with technology back then. I'm a mass comm graduate I was focused on developing content for children, and that's what my educational background was. That kind of piqued my interest in developing computer based training, or at that in that era it was CD-ROM based, developing learning content for children.
Mhm.
And that's how I started, noticing this space of technology driven learning. And then eventually that interest led me to Encora back then, because Encora was one of the pioneering companies who was exploring this emerging domain of technology led learning. And that's how I got into Encora at that point in time.
So that's really nice, Nupur. So that's a great
Yeah.
example that nothing is impossible for a woman from the background of, like training and
Yeah.
developing the content and getting into technology. That's really inspiring. Thank you so much. Dennis, would you like to
Yeah, sure.
move on?
I was always interested in the digital world since I born on the 80s also. So I I experienced the boom of the internet. So it was like everything all in digital, the internet. And I was started my career making like a webmaster, which is not it. That's the title doesn't exist anymore, but I just built sites just for fun while doing my graphic design career. And I was amazed about that impact the first website had in our classmates at the college. So I wanted to keep doing that, and I did. I started as a webmaster for some hotel industry for
Mhm.
reservations, and at back then, the only company that was doing UX, which was very new at that time, was Encora. So that was where I wanted to be part of Encora, and they were doing some workshop for the
Mhm.
community, not only for employees, but
Mhm.
for the outside community, everyone that was interested. So
Mhm.
I was part of that, and then I joined the team, and I'm
Mhm.
very happy. That's where I fell in love with UX actually here at Encora.
At Encora. That's really nice from design. Like we get to learn a lot about design and see that. So the world is completely designed. So thank you so, so much. And so we go on to the next question. So anyone can pick it up to answer here. What leadership lessons have you learned throughout your career, and how do you apply them in your current role at Encora?
I can start with that.
Mhm.
Encora made a big shift on my mindset and
Mhm.
concept of leadership.
Mhm.
My past experiences were just micromanagement and bossy leadership.
Mhm.
So once I uh, be part, once I get in Quora, I realized that the key to leadership is more on the teamwork and recognition. So I was amazed by that. That was a big insight for me. And now, um, with my role as a design ops lead, I don't pretend to know everything. I can say I don't know. We can look for answers. We can also explore other things. We can do brainstorming. We can talk about it and collaborate. And I feel that's the real key of leadership, on my understanding. Right. That's what I think it happens when you are more close to your team and can collaborate better with an open mind.
Mhm.
So yeah, and we can learn from other experiences, not only from the management or the leader, right? So yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
nice. That's the way that you lead up the leadership with great rapport and the collaboration. That's
Hmm.
really nice. So, Nupur, how about you,
Yeah,
Nupur? We would like to hear
agreeing to
from
what,
you.
yeah, sure, agreeing
Mhm,
to what Denise is saying,
mhm,
I definitely agree. I think the role of the leader is more of a facilitator.
sure.
And I think the primary job of a leader is to create a safe space for the team to thrive and grow, and allow them to experiment and explore, and especially in our domain where
Mhm,
things change so rapidly. And sometimes we pick up projects which could be first in that domain for us, or we are
mhm,
leveraging first kind of new kind of technology. And so it's a
mhm,
learning process, and you have to create that safe space as a leader for your
mhm,
teams to perform, to be assured that if they are experimenting, failing, they will not be reprimanded, and it's a growth process. And the
mhm,
other thing, as a leader, I have learned over the years is that you have to be accessible to your team, like irrespective of wherever you are in the hierarchy.
mhm,
Everybody, should feel comfortable with you. They can come to you with big or small problems, and you may not have, answers to all their problems or issues, but you can always give a listening ear. Sometimes all people need is somebody to listen to, what they are saying, and just listen and just be. So I think that is one of the lessons I have learned over the years, like being accessible, creating those safe spaces, and not always knowing the answer. So the answer is with the team. You just have to facilitate and make them focus and figure out
mhm.
how to resolve the issue at hand or come up with a solution. So the trust in the team is very, very important, because a team makes or breaks the leader. I believe that. Yeah.
That is one beautiful thing that we have at Encora, that we are very, to any hierarchies, we are truly like
Yeah.
we can access to them, and we can truly like connect them whenever. That's one beautiful thing that we have. at Encora, which always inspires me as well. That's really nice. Thank you. So the next question is about like how do you stay innovative in a rapidly changing industries? This is something like which happens every minute, every hour in our day-to-day life when it comes to technology. So how do you guys take this through?
Yes. There are two things. One is, you have to constantly, as a leader, you have to always keep a long vision, like look into the future constantly, like looking at what's happening in the industry in general, what are your competitors doing, and then what is something new which is coming, and kind of setting up those spaces and goals for your team to do that research, experiment. Skilling
Mhm,
is a big thing, making them learn new things, even sometimes pushing them and challenging them to propose new solutions to the customers and not be complacent with replicating the same. That's
mhm,
how you learn and grow, and you keep a eye on what's going on around you. So that constant thing of exploring, skilling, researching, learning, that is how you kind of keep pace with this fast changing industry. And I think Encora provides a great space for that through
mhm.
its skilling initiatives, programs. So that's really good.
Yeah, that's really nice where we see that's where we keep building our team in different being an innovation leader. We could see that loads of things happening around. So
Yeah.
Dennis, what's your point of view on this? Like how do you rapidly change things around?
Yeah, that's challenging. Besides all the books and the learning every tool
Mm-hmm,
um, there's out there, what I like the most is experimentation. It's where we can actually mess around with the tools and everything. So we
mm-hmm,
do proof of concepts. That's my preference to stay innovative in the industry.
mm-hmm,
So we explore new technologies, even if we don't know anything about it, and then
mm-hmm,
try them out and learn from them, and then
mm-hmm,
share with the team. If they have another experiences or something like that. We're currently working on a travel AI assistant tool, which
mm-hmm,
was born from an AI POC, which is the
mm-hmm,
proof of concept.
mm-hmm,
So we try new tools, we have insights, and then we analyze how valuable is that tool. And then if we like it, we add it to our own process.
mm-hmm. That's great. That's really nice, interesting. All right. So could you guys like could you give me as a few examples which impacted in Encora? It could be internally or externally. Like how do you demonstrate a significant inside and outside of the organization?
Um, should I start or you
Yeah,
can
go
go?
ahead,
Go ahead.
Dennis.
Yeah, sure,
Go ahead.
sure, Dennis. You can go ahead.
Okay. Well,
Mm-hmm,
internally, the impact that I'm most proud of is when I brought to the table this new role of the signups,
mm-hmm,
which back at the time we were just doing our best. We had no structure, we had no like way specific way to do our work.
mm-hmm,
So I wanted to more guidance to grow for me to grow my soft skills. So that is just part now of my job to do that, what I was lacking back then.
mm-hmm,
So um, that is to unblock new designers if they need anything, to foster collaboration, to embrace that environment they need to do their best. And if they need anything, or they don't know how to, let's say, if it's technical or soft skills, I can jump in and help. And that's a way to like work different. Like we centralize the team. Not we are not working just isolated with our own clients, but we have a culture of feedback and communication within the team. So I'm very proud of that.
That's lovely. That's really great. Thank you, Nipur.
Yeah, so a couple of years back when I took up this role on the business side, because in my previous life I used to head a creative team at Encora, and then I took a sabbatical, and
Mm-hmm.
then I came back in this different role and shifted gears towards business and operations. And at that point in time, the digital learning practice was in a lot of chaos. And I take pride in, like, stabilizing and growing that practice from what it was 6 years back to now. And we have seen significant growth presence overall in the organization with the customers, and I've been able to create, as I said, that safe space for my team, which
Mm-hmm.
is organized with processes, trackers, rigor, everything which is needed for the team to perform, and I'm proud of that.
That's really nice. That's really nice. And we could see that impacts that have been brought to the organization. Thank you, Nupur.
Yeah.
All right. So, as a leader at Encora, Nupur and Dennis, how do you encourage your team to stay at the forefront of industry trends and emerging technology while maintaining a client-centric approach? How do you?
So, from the team perspective, we definitely, look at some of the industry recognized organizations.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of subscribe to their material, to their programs, to their articles, to their trend reports to get an insight on what's going on in the industry. So we are up to date. The other is I encourage my team to acquire at least one skill per year related to a new trend. It's kind of tied into their KRAs from my perspective. I encourage that.
Uh-huh.
I also encourage my team, as I said earlier, on projects, to come
Mm-hmm.
up with interesting solutions which are aligned to clients' requirement and not be complacent. So I kind of go back and review what they are doing, and every time kind of challenge them. And that's the only way. Like as Denise mentioned, like reading is one aspect of it, or researching is one aspect of it, but to actually kind of implement it and
Implement.
see, what is the difference, what are the challenges with the new workflow or the new technology is very important. So we
Mm-hmm.
also constantly develop POCs in the upcoming areas, and
Mm-hmm.
also on projects as well, we try and work with the customer and see if we can put in, throw in something new, something different from what we did previously, and this helps the team also to be on their toes and be aware of what's going on around them.
Okay, great. That's really great. Really great. Dennis.
Um, I like to think that we are not client centric, which I'm not sure if that's a real thing, but we like to think more of a human centric design. So
Mm-hmm.
users are part of our team. Like we
Mm-hmm.
talk to users, and um, when you talk to users, you realize, like, you understand the pains, the frustrations behind, and doing that, I think it's a motivation for us to keep learning and
Mm-hmm.
keep not only about the industry, but also about the product you are working on.
Mm-hmm.
So being in a team, in a design team, where all all of them have that mindset, it's contagious to keep learning. Like they share knowledge, and then you say, hey, I'm a little bit behind. I
Mm-hmm.
will, learn about this topic that I'm doing, that I own in my own project.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's like it's a contagious thing. You want to be inspired by others, but you also want to inspire with your knowledge. So that's what uh, the team is getting exciting and motivated about learn new things.
One way of motivation to the team
Hmm.
and and encouraging them to move on. That's really nice. That's great. So we've been talking about the leadership. How do you encourage the team, and what is the impact that you uh, to the organization through your work? And we would like to know, like, what advice would you offer women aiming to excel in the leadership roles? Because you both are great leaders. The way, the motivation that you've been doing to your team, to the organization, and setting a great example. We would like to hear what is that advice you would like to give a woman right today on this Women's Day.
I would just say, like, go for it. It is not as overwhelming as, it is made out to be. It is simple, and just be yourself, be your authentic self. You don't need to like work with the rules made, in this world. You create your own rule, your own path, but be authentic, be passionate,
True.
and have empathy as a leader. That is very, very important.
Rightly
Yeah.
said. That's really right word, Nupur. Thank you. Dennis, what would you?
Yeah, that's a good one. Like, do
Uh-huh.
not pretend to be someone else just
Mm-hmm.
because you're in a leadership position.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm seeing a lot, it's women in leadership team, in leadership roles,
Mm-hmm.
uh, when they get in, and that's something that happened to me also. It's that you wanted to do everything, like you full your your calendar is full, and you wanted to, like, um do everything yourself. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's a common mistake, because you need to think also that you're part of a team, not because you're in a leadership position you
Mm-hmm.
are isolated. You need to think that you can delegate, and you can, help others with their own projects, and be part, like, helping, and also, um, be yourself, as Napur said,
Mm-hmm.
but also be proactive. Like, do things. If you want to reach a specific goal, then
Mm-hmm.
go for it, and, work, get trained, and focus, and keep doing that, and be being, if you are in a position that you don't like, be proactive and do the role you want to, achieve, like, right now. You don't need permission of nobody. Like, you go for it.
Be
So that's
yourself.
what yeah.
That's one, the tag that both of you have said. Be yourself.
Yeah,
That's
because
really nice.
it's difficult now times. I just saw that yesterday, where this workshop of imposter syndrome, which is
Mm-hmm.
very common for women. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's part.
True. True.
Yeah, I
True.
mean, I
That's really.
suffer from it till this day. Like so many times you question yourself, like, do you have the right to be here? Like,
Mm-hmm.
so
Uh-huh.
it's there. It's very much there. It's very real. You have to, talk to
Mm-hmm.
yourself, and women especially, they suffer from it far more, I think, than men, and
Mm-hmm.
especially in lead roles. You constantly question your own worth in that sense, what
Mm-hmm.
you're bringing to the table. Yeah.
True. So sometimes we ignore ourselves, so we should keep valuing and respecting ourselves, which really adds value to being a
Mm.
woman. Because- That's great. Thank you so much. So, like we've been discussing so many things here, and really, it's really, really great to see that the insights that's been given and been motivating everyone out here on this platform. So, what is it like working in the company that delivers value across numerous geographies that we are into, guys? What do you think about that?
I think it's fantastic. It's a great learning journey, and
Uh-huh.
we are actually, like, I realized today, we are actually in 5 continents out of 7, and have teams across all the
It's a
5
huge. Mhm,
continents, and the clients across all these 5 continents. So imagine,
mhm.
the breadth and the spread of the organization, and
Yeah.
the exposure we have,
Mhm,
being part of this organization. So it's extremely fascinating for me, and just interacting with people, from colleagues from different countries, different regions, different delivery units, different skill sets.
mhm.
With every conversation, you are learning. that is
True.
that is the core, thing of professional growth. If, every with every conversation, if you take away something from that, that's what growth is in the end.
That's nice. That as when we work, we are expanded. We are expanding more. We are left
Yeah.
with two more continents, I believe. Right?
Yeah. Very soon we'll be there, I
True,
guess.
we will. Yeah, Dennis, what do you think about working across the numerous geographies and people across the globe?
Yeah, besides the challenging part of time zones,
Mm-hmm.
it's exciting. It's exciting to have so many different digital products, different
Mm-hmm.
contexts, different kind of users, industries. So having the opportunity to collaborate with these diverse teams, also not only the products but the teams, to know people very far away from you are, it's exciting. I think I like it.
That's lovely. That's really nice. It was really great interacting with this couple of questions where we had a few chat with each other. And I hope people who are watching and they have really taken up it in a very positive way, the way you both have interacted and given the little bit of insight about your experiences at Encora and your life experiences. So before we go ahead, I hope let's see if there are any questions from our audience so that we can take a few questions. Um, okay, there is one question from the audience for the. Um, okay, and how do you prioritize personal and professional growth for yourself and for your team members? And what resources or initiatives do you find most effective in supporting this growth?
I think the two are tied in. You cannot prioritize between the two. Both are equally important. If you're
Mhm,
not growing personally, or if you're not doing things which you enjoy personally, you will not grow professionally. There will
mhm,
be frustrations. So the balance has to come from the individual. They have to
mhm,
realize all you can do is keep reminding them, like I keep reminding my team about, like, if I see somebody who's not taking time off, doing too
mhm,
much, continuously asking for more and more work, I ask
mhm,
them to take a break, like, because you need to recharge yourself. You need to have something outside of work which
mhm,
also enables your growth.
mhm.
And I personally indulge in many hobbies, and I make it a point that,
That's
I
great.
keep doing that in parallel, because that
Mhm,
helps me. It fuels me to, like, power my professional growth as well. So I think it's like that. So both are very important. I feel you cannot prioritize one over the other. As a leader, you need to encourage your teams to focus on both sides.
that's nice. Dennis, how do you take this through?
Yeah, same for me. I think we cannot separate that
Mhm,
because we're just one person. And if you
mhm,
grow in the personal, in your personal
mhm,
growth, you also grow in the professional. I remember when I
mhm,
was in my maternity leave, I thought I feel very bad because I was not doing
mhm,
anything proactive or anything like in work related. But when I
mhm,
came back, I feel like powerful. I feel like I can do anything. Like
mhm,
uh, that was so challenging for me that work is the easy part, right? So you cannot separate personal and professional.
mhm,
Although we have a well-being program, we have therapy, we have um, all kind of tools or resources to help the team in case they need that. But
mhm.
also, I think the personal part is in it it has to come from ourselves. Like
True.
we can guide you through the professional, but the
Mhm,
personal, it's all yours.
mhm.
And yeah, I think it has to like you if you grow both like because you're a person, right? So
So how we prioritize our needs end of the
yeah.
day and how we really take care of it. That's
Uh-huh.
very important. Yeah, as a woman, it's very important, as you said, and when we go on a maternity and come back to work and balancing, and you find it's more easier to face the workspace than the home at times. It
Yeah,
happens.
yeah. Sometimes it is.
We feel let's be at work
Uh-huh.
than at home.
True.
Yeah, it's like vacations.
Okay, that's really nice. So we have one last question from the audience. As a leader, how do you ensure effective communication and collaboration among team members who may be located in different region or time zone? That we just spoke about that. Probably we'll elaborate on that.
Yeah. So I'm a big proponent in context of communication, talk. Like I encourage my team to, like, instead of writing long emails or even like doing
Mhm,
synchronous chatting,
mhm,
I encourage them, when you're collaborating, when there are, or if there is conflict, you need to have a discussion. Best
mhm,
is to have a conversation and
mhm,
have that discussion, identify, what are the issues, resolve it there and then, and
mhm,
go ahead. Because I think talking
mhm,
is the most effective form of communication. It will take less time, it will
mhm,
lead to very little misunderstanding. Whereas anything you write in a chat conversation, on an email,
uh-huh,
sometimes may be misunderstood or may not be clear, and then you're shooting 4 more emails to each
mhm,
other explaining. So whenever you are collaborating, the
mhm,
more synchronous interactions you have, the
mhm.
better it is. And
So
also
here,
have
mhm,
sorry.
it's
And
okay.
also, I
Go
feel
on.
like because everybody is stressed in today's time and age with number of
True.
meetings on their calendar,
Mhm,
so you also have to be very wise about scheduling these collaborative
exactly.
meetings. Like, and switch off your notifications and things when you want to do deep immersive work,
Uh-huh.
because they are disturbances, like constant popping up of team messaging or a mail coming. Your attention is getting distracted. So those are some self discipline as well, which you
Mhm,
need to kind of have to
mhm.
work effectively and then collaborate. So
But
that's how
we'll
I
hardly
communicate.
turn off the notifications.
So
That's
I have turned
nice.
off my notification like four
Wow,
years
that's
back.
nice.
So
That's
I don't
really
do it,
nice.
like, yeah, because I think it's a
Uh-huh.
very very bad thing, uh,
Uh-huh.
for your attention when you're focusing on something.
Mhm.
Suddenly some people are messaging you. Nothing
Uh-huh.
is that urgent. It can wait. So
So here there is
that's
a
my
question which
philosophy.
says about the time zone as well. Like when people are located in different region and time zone, how do we communicate and collaborate with those teams? Because you've been working and we've been working with different time zones
Yeah.
as
So I
well.
think in that sense, everybody has to be a little bit more empathetic about when we are scheduling, calls
Mhm,
where people are from 5 different time zones. So
mhm,
whatever is, works best, that common ground. Sometimes it is difficult. Sometimes, we have to take calls to
mhm,
accommodate somebody in extremely other time zone at very, like, uh, unearthly, ungodly hours. But we
uh-huh,
try and encourage that we should have those instances far and few,
mhm,
and mostly it should be in those same time zones for people. The other
mhm,
thing also is, sometimes if we feel, like, we need some overlap for collaboration, then we
mhm,
set up a thing where the team logs in late, so that they
mhm,
have some time to personal time to themselves. And then, you know if they're working into late hours, then they log in late.
mhm,
If And that's again, it's like how you're adapting and ensuring that nobody's getting overworked, because it happens, because we have now
mhm,
collaborations with even 5 different time zones. Just to
mhm.
schedule a meeting becomes very difficult, because
Yeah,
just to find that common time frame when
time.
everybody is available and it's convenient. And so
Okay.
far it's been fine. Like, it's not been,
So,
and clients have also been great, like they are empathetic. Sometimes we get one or two tough ones, but
mhm.
that's okay, I think, once in a while.
End of the day, we have that empathetical, negotiation we could say
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
And then
So, how do you?
awareness is
Uh-huh.
important. I think everybody needs to be aware of
Exactly. The
where,
time
which time
zone.
zones their team is located in,
True.
like working on their projects, so that they are also aware and they're not sending messages and stuff at
Mhm.
different,
So
vague
that falls
hours.
in place when we really have empathetic and we know where and who are working in different time zones. That
Exactly. Yeah.
helps us a lot. Yeah. How about you? How do you take care of that, Dennis?
Something to add to what just Napur says.
Uh-huh.
We work also very asynchronous. Like
Uh-huh.
we record every meeting. It's optional to attend to those meetings, and we
Uh-huh.
have rituals like our team rituals, which
Uh-huh.
is basically spaces where we share our own experiences,
Uh-huh.
we collaborate together, we understand what are others' projects and how
Mhm,
they are doing to improve those projects. So that's very insightful for the team. And
mhm.
then once we understand that, it's easier for us to reach a specific team member that we want to support or help or ask for help. So that's what I like the most.
Okay, that's lovely. So I hope we answered the audience questions here, and as well as a great, the Women's Day talk we had. And before we could wrap up here, I would really want to express our gratitude on special guests, that is none other than Nupur and Dennis, for their insightful contribution today. Your leadership is truly inspiring. We had really got a great conversation, and we learned a lot about each other, one of you out here. And our audience, we have to thank our audience for being a part of this conversation. So let's keep moving forward together. Thank you so much. And before that, remember, guys, if you're interested in joining our team of talented women like us out here, be sure to explore our job openings at encorajobs.com. Thank you, guys, and have a lovely and wonderful day. It was great being with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.